I love it when the naysayers start, and I'd love to hear what you think. Tom is old, the relationship's going stale, the arm is done. How do you handle that?
I don't hear it too much, thankfully, but I think all those things, I've actually heard of that so many times throughout my career, and that's just the way it is. And I think when you're in this sport, you know, one week you're great, next week you're terrible, you're the worst, you're the best.
Sure.
In the end, it doesn't matter.
I'm talking about if I need a big play, a big throw in a big game, it's Eli. For as much as people want to talk about...
You need a big hit upside your head.
You know, no, it's Eli.
I agree. In the regular season, they were both in their primes like around the same time, and there was no... Clearly, Peyton Manning was better. In the regular season, Peyton Manning is the greatest football player who ever lived.
Tom Brady at the time was 24th in completion percentage. He had thrown the 5th most interceptions in the league. He was 17th in passer rating. He had lost 38-3 to the Saints. And guess what he did, Skip, on that thing that was a Thursday night game? What you saying? What? So I thought what I was saying was very fair at the time of I'm saying it.
With his 7th championship, winning 7 Super Bowls in 10 tries, Tom Brady has officially become the Robert Horry of the NFL. And no one has ever said Robert Horry with 7 championships is the greatest basketball player. And guess what? Robert Horry's had more clutch moments than Tom Brady. He's made big shots in big moments, and he's won.
I'd much rather go against Tom Brady every day of the week than to go against Peyton Manning.
That's how you feel.
I believe that's how everybody feels. Peyton Manning gives you a different set of anxiety. Like, you have anxiety. Like, you sleep at night like, damn, I do not want to be the tip. I do not want to be the fish. And you don't want to be the guy that like, I see you, Bart. Yep, this is a fire zone from the left side because Bart is cheating to his blitz.
He's calling you out.
Yeah. With Tom Brady, it was more about Bill Belichick, the entire team, the execution, like them having a game plan.
Tim, do you agree with Bart?
I do. I agree with him, and Max. It's because, Peyton changed the game. His command at the line of scrimmage in terms of, IDing the defense, getting his team into the right play was something that changed football. And quite honestly, the entire league, including New England, started copying it. And so, like, in terms of defending, if you were a defensive player and you were defending the Indianapolis Colts, you had to do things differently than you had ever done before, and really had ever been done, throughout the history of the league before. And so I think, for that reason, I do think that Peyton was harder to defend at that point. If we're saying like that prime, when they both were rolling, I think Peyton was harder.
All I'm saying is, in clutch moments, Eli has been that guy and better than Brady. There's no fumble, Philadelphia, when Brady gave up the ball at the end of the game. How about the Wes Welker pass? Skip, we did the other show together. Don't back down now.
I'm not.
And you admitted it that day, Shannon.
Yeah.
Welker was open. Brady missed him.
It's not
that
like
would have iced the game.
Wait. Dominique, you were a defensive back. You played against both of them. Is he right?
Yeah, I think he's absolutely 100% right. And obviously, no one would rather play against Brady or play against Manning now, or Brady now. We'd rather play against Peyton right now. But back then, when Bart and I were playing, Manning was much more difficult to prepare for. And it's all about, there was no way to be right against him because you had to have 12 guys, including the people on the sideline sending in the signals, had to have us all on the same accord because he would study film to the point where if one person was out of place, he could understand the coverage and be ready to break it down. It's a really hard thing to do, play in and play out for the course of an entire game. Even with his limited arm strength as he got older, his accuracy was there and his decision-making was there. So I think Brady was obviously, or is, a greater quarterback, but Peyton at his peak was much harder to play against.
Rob Parker will not change his stance. Tom Brady continues to be the GOAT. He is not the greatest of all time. And as long as I'm looking at what he's done in his career, there's no way I think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's the most accomplished, but he ain't the greatest.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe as I post a new Tom Brady video every day.